My name is Prue. I'm 28 years old and I'm from Melbourne, or from Brisbane originally, but Melbourne's the home now. And I'm a community engagement consultant, which is basically like doing stand-up, except that everyone always yells at you, they're really angry, and you never get laughs. I think I saw a TED talk recently that said, you know, your body reacts to nervousness and excitement the same way. So I'm telling myself they're all just excited wheeze, like 100 excited wheeze today. Can't believe it's really happening. All feels real all of a sudden.
She's a community engagement consultant from Melbourne who would like to be more well known than her cousin who was once on an episode of Bondi Rescue. Give it up for Prue Blake!
My cousin was on Bondi Rescue getting in trouble for digging too deep a hole. So let's hope I don't do that tonight, you know? It is really good to be here. It's so good to be here because I've been working a lot recently. I actually started working in an all-female team, and at first I thought, wow, what a win for a young feminist like myself. Yeah. Then I learned that arsehole is not a gendered term. It's really more of a workplace jargon, you know? I work with the type of people that like to say things like, it's good you're so busy because then at least you're not bored, which is interesting, right? Because I still feel very bored, but just with an impending sense of doom thrown in. That's not my favourite way to be bored, though. My partner, very gallantly, he's younger than me, and sometimes he likes to kind of step up to the plate and say, don't worry, baby, just quit and I'll support us. I've got Bitcoin. Yeah. Which, it's cute of him to offer me his imaginary money. Sometimes, though, he pushes it a little bit too far, and I snap, and I say, I'm not interested in your Bitcoin. All I care about is my bitchcoin. Which is what I call working like a little bitch for also imaginary money. Thank you. Oh, thank you. It's all just a social construct, but whatever we go with, I would like a lot of it. That's what I know for sure. I might be a little bit testy though, because I did choose the middle of the pandemic as my time to go off of antidepressants. A lot of my friends had that reaction. They were like, are you sure this is the type of thing you want to experience raw? And I stuck to my guns, and thank God I did, because it turns out I was never actually depressed. I just hate chit-chat. So, yeah, thank you. You know, once that's taken out of the equation, happy as a clam. Now the chit-chat is kind of creeping back in, and so is the depression. But it's nice to have identified the cycle, at the very least. I was doing some work with a therapist as well, maybe that helped. I see an experiential therapist, which is like a half step up from a tarot card reader. I also see a tarot card reader. They don't know it, but I do like to pit them against each other. What my therapist and I do is we don't talk because chit-chat is disgusting. What we do instead is we just sit and breathe into where all of the repressed emotions are in my body. And eventually that's how I learn. I've got a chest full of anxiety and a stomach full of rage, which did feel like just being diagnosed as a woman in the current political climate. But when he said, now we can really dig into those emotions, I thought, or I'll just avoid those bits of my body forever. And as long as I don't do anything too crazy, like listen to a song by The National, a few fans in, a few sad boys, then I think I'll be fine. I've still got my other comfort mechanisms. I'm a bit of a comfort eater. Any comfort eaters in? Yeah. Big front row of comfort eaters. Love that. Sweet or savoury? Sweet. Savoury. Some of both. I'm a sweet girl, personally. And there's nothing wrong with comfort eating, but it can feel a bit like hitting rock bottom if you use it too much, you know? I'll give you an example. At one point, I went to the same ice cream place at lunch every day for a week. And I thought, this is rock bottom. And then at the end of that week, the woman working there, she took me aside and she said, I've just got to tell you this. It's actually pronounced dulce de leche. And I was like, this is rock bottom. Because I'd been confidently asking for 1 scoop of douche deluche. I know. For a week, and she said nothing? 1 douche deluche, please. Honestly, I was saying it with the confidence of a white man just back from Kentucky. Telling you all about his time in Barcelona. I think it hurt me in particular because I've always prided myself on being very precocious, which is a nice way of saying I got thrush early and often. It's just easier to fit in with the adults when you know your way around a 3, 5 and 7 day Caniston treatment. Yeah, it's true. And sometimes it's hard to kind of make that leap from the kids' table to the adults' table, particularly when you're this adorable. So I've got a little bit of a line to kind of ease my way in there. What I like to do is walk up to the adults' table and say, move over, beastie boys, there's a yeasty girl in town. And they love it. They're like, one of us, come on in. They know we get each other from that moment. I'll leave you on this. I do have a boyfriend. I don't see him that often because I am busy and I've got better things to do. But when I do see him, it's often when we're in bed together, kind of staring into each other's eyes, telling each other all of our hopes, our dreams, our fears, what we want most out of this life. The problem is that while doing that, I'm quite long-sighted, so all I see is one big eye right in the middle of his face. And I just don't know anymore whether I'm in love with the man or the monster. I do know he'll be dressing up like Mike Wazowski for our next anniversary. But that's just to get him to stop talking about Bitcoin. That's all from me. I've been Prue Blake. Good night. Thank you.
Make some noise for Prue Blake!
If I could tell my previous self something, knowing what I know now, it would be like, just chill out, stop going to the bathroom 500 times, have a sip of water and just go enjoy yourself. You know what you're doing and you're gonna have a fun time.